Hello, 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 hello. How are you, my people? Hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is the United Matters channel. First game of the Manchester United season. It comes in to obviously bring you the best that you deserve into the mix. This is Rokan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And it has been really a long day and I haven't gone ahead obviously coming on obviously talk to you, but finally I'm here to obviously have a word with you, my people, onto this beautiful channel that you guys are really ready, steady, tuned onto. You can as well go into what we call the live chat and obviously vote, put in your prediction, who is really gonna be winning. Is it gonna be a draw or it's really gonna be a Fulham win? Fulham comes in at Old Trafford with a reputation of really beating us last season at Old Trafford. Do you think they're obviously gonna come in through and obviously beat us in here for you? Erik ten Hag is gonna obviously name his starting 11 for the club of Manchester United, and all looks like he's set for Old Trafford. Obviously welcome players that we signed, and 3 of those out of the 4 we've gone ahead to sign are into the match squad of Manchester United. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I'm eagerly waiting for your comments into the live chat to see what your thoughts are about this encounter. The Muslims welcome back from the mosque, and the Christians, we thank God for the gift of life. And let's obviously get started in here. Now, United has gone ahead to name the following starting 11. There is Onana, Mazraoui, Maguire, Martinez, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Ahmad Diallo, Casemiro, Diego Dallo, Mainu. That is the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United into the mix. When you look at the bench, Beinder, Delete, Evans, Collier, Eriksson, McTominay, Anthony, Garnacho, and Zirkzee. That is the bench for the club of Manchester United, meaning that Delete and Zirkzee have gone ahead to start off the bench of Manchester United, and it's really very important to look at that bench and really get to know that it's only Collier that has gone ahead obviously make it into the mix. And when you look at that, we are having one. When you look at the bench, we are having only one. I think defender, as you see that. Oh, there are 2 defenders, Delete and Evans. Those are the 2 defenders we're really having. We are not having any we are not having any fullback on the bench. Amaz has not gonna obviously make it to this bench. I don't know why, but would have gonna obviously get in one either for you, meaning that he's not yet ready, and Erik ten Hag is not yet ready to obviously move him into the team. And I believe he has sessions he takes them through, and he might obviously get into the team of Manchester United when we are doing the due diligence into maybe the Carabao Cup that is going to be played, I think, in 2 weeks from now, because we know to it that teams are really going to be playing the Carabao Cup. That's the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United that Erik ten Hag is going to hit to name to obviously take on the side of Fulham. Then Fulham has the following: Bernard Leno, who is the captain, Kenny Tete, Issa Diop, Calvin Bassey, Tony Robinson, Sasa Lukic, Andreas Pereira, Adama Traore, Emily Smith-Rowe, Alex Iwobi, Rodrigo Muniz. That is the starting 11 for the side of Fulham, and they are having their substitutes as Bender, Castagane, Kiwena, Reid, Kaine, King, Wilson, Raul, and Stainsfield. That is the side of Spurs. Sorry, that's the side of Fulham that is managed by a manager called Marco. He's called Marco Silva. That is their manager in there for you. So that is the starting 11 for the side of Fulham, and they've gonna obviously name a very strong side. Emily Smith-Rowe, one of their new signings, has going to feature prominently, and we anticipate that he's really going to be coming in through and putting in a shift. I've gonna hit to see lots of you flocking into the live chat as you predict. You give in your predictions, but continue to obviously subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. And today is the 16th, and we have to obviously do the needful. 80 people watching in through, and only 7 have gone to smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button like no other, and we will obviously reach the milestone that we are really yearning in for. Now let's go to the formation that Erik ten Hag has going to hit obviously come up into this game. Now, when you look at the formation that Ten Hag is going to put up today, there is Andre Onana in goal, right? Andre Onana, he's one of those goalkeepers that struggled last season at the club of Manchester United, and you anticipate that it's not going to be an easy game for him because Muniz, you know, Muniz is really a very deadly striker. In the last half of the season, he scored 9 goals, and he's really deadly in the air. And we have to obviously be very, very, very clinical into and really manage it better, because the side of Fulham has obviously proven to be one of those sides that will come in through and obviously score those goals and really cause havoc into your side of Manchester United. So for Andre Onana, last season he really had to face close to 200 plus shots, you know. And what shows you that United has gonna hit obviously improve in their business is one, United has found themselves in a position of only conceding one shot on target when you're playing the side of Man City. You understand? So that sends you a message that we are depending better. And remember, we are not having Lisandro Martinez into the central defense. You get? We never had him playing into the central defense. And right now, we are having him in the central defense. And that means we are obviously going to be a little bit a much more better side. And Lisandro Martinez had not gonna hit obviously Lisandro Martinez had not gonna hit obviously to get in some minutes, and he got in some minutes against Man City, and I believe he's physically fit and ready to play for the club of Manchester United today. And I believe that he's gonna be forming a very good partnership with Harry Maguire, and Harry Maguire will obviously do the needful to obviously see to it that we really come up and obviously put in the required shift altogether for the club of Manchester United. So I believe Andre Onana is not going to be conceding very many goals like he did last season, because this time around he might play the vast majority of the season with people that he really played with, you know, that he really played with at Ajax. He knows them in and out. They know his weaknesses, and for the season they had with Harry Maguire, I think he knows his strengths and weaknesses, and he can read that book very well and really understand that, oh, the guy is really great and good to go for the season. And that's what I really believe is really going to be the huge positive into this season. Let's not concede very many goals, because last season what costed us was conceding very many goals. And the moment we really improve onto our goals to be conceded when they're really less, that will put us in a perfect picture to put in the required shift altogether at the club of Manchester United. So I really believe that United has come of age to really put in the required shift altogether to get us where we deserve to be into this following state of emergency. Now, that is the man known as Erik ten Hag, and is having Andre Onana in goal. Right back is Diogo Dalot. Obviously, he looks a little bit rusty when you're playing against Man City, and we note it that he never took part into the preseason, and that was the cause of his being rusty. But when you look at what he's really gonna bring in through on the table, you understand that he's really gonna be putting in the required shift altogether, as he's gonna be facing one known as Iwobi. You understand? And I believe he's really gonna put up a show. He's really gonna put up a show on the day, and no one is really gonna stop him from really getting his proper game. Remember, last season he was voted by the fans as the best player for the fans of Manchester United, And I believe he was really rich, because for me, I believe that he was the best player for Manchester United last season. I didn't see any player who went ahead to match the levels of that young man that he put up when we are really versing the teams that we played with. You know, he put in a lot of effort, he could defend very well, and he could find himself going further off the pitch and spared some time and scored some goals as a player for the club of Manchester United. And this time around, if at all you really incorporate him well with the team and offer him the support that he really deserves as a player, I tell you, a lot is really going to happen and is really going to go our way as a club of Manchester United. So that is the Dalot factor. Mazraoui, obviously, thrown into the team immediately, and this shows you why Erik ten Hag wanted him signed as up at the club of Manchester United. You know why? Because he knew to it that a lot was not in shape at the club of Manchester United, and we needed to put in a lot of players. And one of those that has gone ahead to show up into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United has been Mazraoui as a left back, and we know how good he is when he's really playing as a left back. And the recent player he defended very well and really shut him down was a player known as Bukayo Saka of Arsenal, as Arsenal was taking on Bayern Munich. In the Allianz Arena, he obviously put him a very good show. Central defense, Lisandro Martinez, left-sided centre-back, Harry Maguire, right-sided centre-back. And Harry Maguire came up last season, and I think he played his best season for the club of Manchester United ever. That is it. He looked really good, and by the way, we missed him a lot. And why you need him in here is that Fulham, I think, had more shots at goal, coming in as a result of shots, coming in as a result of crosses. And that is Fulham for you, meaning that you need the height of Harry Maguire to obviously put in the required shift altogether into the mix, and Lisandro Martinez in particular. So I'm really charged, guys, like never before. I believe this season is really going to be very good, and we pray to it that this game really goes into our favor. Double pivot, Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro. That was a given because we don't have any other alternatives. If Ugarte was here and Amrabat was here, then you would have gone ahead to contemplate on who to start or who not to start. But you saw it in my match preview that I talked about Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro. And Casemiro has to show us that he's really ready to start the club of Manchester United, and him earning £350,000 a week puts him in a position of being questioned by the players of Manchester United that, are you really worthy this amount of money? That is it. Are you really worthy this amount of money? That is it. So that is Mainoo and Casemiro for you, playing to that midfield, and I know we are going to be winning that midfield battle. Then, excitingly, Amad Diallo gets into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United as a right winger. That is really, really great. He's going to be one of those players that are really going to look deadly today. And I've been saying this since last season when Amad Diallo returned. And even when I saw him play for the club of Manchester United before he was loaned to Rangers, I was like, these managers aren't serious. Amad Diallo is a player who would have already gone ahead to get integrated into the team of Manchester United, because he's that kind of player that has the vibe that takes you to where you deserve to be. So that is Amad Diallo for you. He's such a kind of a player that has really proven that he's really great, and I know he's really going to be having very many assists and very many goals this season. All you have to pray for him is that to keep himself fit. That is it. The moment he keeps himself fit, he's obviously going to be one of those players that are really going to be pure deadly to the opponents that Manchester United is going to be facing. And today, he's really going to be facing... let me see. Which player is he going to be facing? I'll let you know who he's going to be. Let me check here. Who is Amad Diallo going to be facing today? Let me check here. Let me check. Robinson is a very good player, and I think Amad Diallo is really going to give him nightmares. That is it. Rashford off the left. He missed a brace of 1v1s in the game of Man City in the Community Shield, and I told you I'm not going to be blaming him into that game. Now it starts today. Does he continue to do what he did, or he turns around the song that Rashford is now going to be a player who kills off chances and a player who is really unselfish? That's where I'm looking at. Is he going to be that unselfish player, or he's going to be that player who is going to be selfish and is like, I'm not willing to obviously assist other players, but get me the balls and I score. I want him to be having a very good end product to his game. That's what I really need. He needs to obviously stop being selfish, and he needs to kill off chances, because I believe in the system they're going to be playing, United will guarantee you that they'll create those chances. Mason Mount is being played as the number 10, and he's going to be playing behind Bruno Fernandes and playing as a false number 9 for the club of Manchester United. Erik ten Hag has come out and really spoken broadly about him having this false number 9 as Bruno Fernandes into the mix. Now, when we go to the squad or the starting 11 of Fulham, they've also gone for a 4-2-3-1 with Bernard Leno in goal. He's really going to be having a very busy day at Old Trafford, I tell you. Then Tete as the right back facing Marcus Rashford. I've seen Marcus Rashford in the mood, and the only thing lacking in his game is the end product. That is it. If he works on his end product, and I think with the presence of Ruud van Nistelrooy, Rashford is really going to be a very, very dominating player. Then Robinson, left back, going to be facing Amad Diallo. That's one of the battles that I'm really eagerly waiting for. And for Bassi and Diop, they're really going to be having the hardest job of the day, because United is not playing with a number 9. We are playing with a false number 9, and meaning that Bruno can drop deep and Mason Mount can be the number 9. Bruno can switch to the right and Rashford can turn to be the number 9. Bruno can switch to the... Mason Mount can switch to the right. Bruno Fernandes just switches into the middle of the park, and then Amad Diallo becomes the number 9. So we are not going to be having that standing number 9 that they can easily monitor. Anybody is really going to be able to occupy that space, which is going to make it hard for Bassi and Diop to make a decision on who to obviously mark and who not to mark. You saw Man City on how they really had a very hard time. They really had a very hard time at Wembley because United played with no number 9, and that really caused them a lot of trouble in as who they are supposed to mark and who they are not supposed to mark. So that is the back 5. They're really going to be having a very huge job to do. Andreas Pereira and Lukic are really going to be playing the double pivot. And remember, they lost Paulinho. That is really a very huge blow. But I want to see how Lukic is really going to be coming in through to fit into the boots of the man himself, known as Paulinho, who went to the side of Bayern Munich. Andreas Pereira, one of the best players of Fulham last season, and he witnessed it very well that teams like Chelsea, Atletico Madrid were interested in him, and they're willing to pay £35 million, of which 20% of that money was supposed to come to the pockets of Manchester United, but the deal never came to pass. But I tell you, if he continues to play like how he played last season, next summer he's gonna be on the move. He's gonna be on the move. Emile Smith-Rowe from Arsenal. He is one of those players that played for Arsenal and scored at Old Trafford. You remember that game that ended 3-2. Smith-Rowe scored a very controversial goal that was later awarded to the club of Arsenal. And him being played in the number 10 position is really a message that the manager convinced him that come here, I'm obviously gonna do the needful and really play you into your favorite position as a number 10. Remember, this is where he operates best, and we should keep a very keen eye onto the player. One, he's not a selfish player, and the most deadly bit about him is that the player is really unpredictable. That is it. You cannot predict what this guy is really going to be doing on the ball. That is Emile Smith-Rowe for you, and he comes in through to do the needful. So He can score, he can shoot, he can assist, he can take on players, and is a press monster. So this is how we wait and see how it happens and do the job. Adama Traore, right winger facing Mazraoui, he really leads with the energy. You understand? He leads with energy, and his huge energy is really a threat. And he runs with the ball, but I believe Mazraoui has enough experience that he has gonna hit to attain to really stop players like him that are gonna be playing in his vicinity. Iwobi is gonna be taking on Dalo. I've already gonna hit obviously explained that to him very, very well. Then Muniz is gonna be leading the line. Deadly striker, and with Emily Smith-Rowe serving him, we might not really survive keeping a clean sheet. But I believe we are having a very good team that is going to be working together. We have to press as a team, and I believe we can play a high line as Manchester United. I know some people believe it's not okay for us to play high line, but I tell you, we can play high line. It's much like Button close to 100 times. And let me go into your comments. David Souza, National fan, says Man United 2, Fulham 0. All right. John Evans 3-1 Manchester United. Christine Nabawanuka, good evening. Hassan Kamara, good evening. Aradi Twine Abdara, Man United 3, Fulham 1. David Souza says Rokani, assalamu alaikum. Now give us your prediction because the lineup is out. 3-1 win for the club of Manchester United. That's my prediction. I even said it out way back during the match preview. I really came out and really gave you my hint about that. Then Tayeba Ivan, good evening my brother. Man United, glory, glory. All right. Hassan Kamara 3-0 United. Silva says 4-1 win for the club of Manchester United. Inyeng, if Ten Hag lose this game, we'll know he's not ready, not the players. All right, that's really harsh on the manager, but I believe we stand a huge chance to obviously win this game. Taiba Ivan, it may be 2-1. Glory, glory, Man United. Nabawanuka says, any news about Sancho? Sancho is not into the squad of Manchester United. That means his move to either PSG or Chelsea is really close. That is it. His move to Chelsea or PSG is really close. That's why he's not in the squad. Moses Luaboni, good evening, Arad. Here we are back to the season. Yeah, we are back. Napari Musa, Man United 3, Fulham 0. And Inyang says, having Maguire and Mount on that lineup is the joke of the century. Why not start Anthony? Then Issue is really joking. Why should Anthony start? Why should Anthony start? In whose position? Because amongst all the positions you've going to obviously talk about, Anthony plays none. And Amadi Diallo has shown that he's really a better player than Anthony, and that's why the manager has gone ahead to go in for him. And Anthony has to prove to the manager that he needs to obviously kick Amadi Diallo out of that position. And without that, he's really going to suffer a lot. Erina Ochan 3-0 in favor of Manchester United. Then Godwin Muhwezi again, Maguire. Yeah, he's in. And I believe the manager was like, let me not risk Matthias De Ligt. You know, he hasn't going to hate to play any minutes in the preseason, and let me get him on the bench. And Harry Maguire played in the game of Man City and had some few minutes in the preseason, meaning that he's really good to go. And for Mazraoui, starting would be one of the questions from you. He really featured prominently into the preseason for the side of Bayern Munich. Then White and Hag didn't start De Ligt, I've told you. Then Asimwe Dennis Onana is good, but he just needs some good defenders. Just take a flashback when he was at Inter and Ajax. Yeah, he's a very good goalkeeper. Apri Musa, Manchester United 3, Fulham 0. Sentongo Phillips Pius, thanks for the great work, Rokani. I'm wondering why Ten Hag is gambling with Frontiers when he's having Zexi on the bench. For other selections, I'm okay, but Mount in, leaving Zexi out. So, Zexi looks like he's not yet 100% fit as the manager wants him to be. I tell you, he hasn't gone to hit a feature in the preseason, and the manager just wants to obviously usher him slowly by slowly. And I believe that in this game, he'll come off the bench and play some 20 or between 20 to 25 minutes. That's what I believe. So, let's trust the manager with the selections he has gone ahead to make. He's the one who trains with his players. He knows the best mode, you know, in which these players are in. Then Asimo Dennis Ahmad is very good. It's good that we are going to see the nightmares of the season here. He's really gonna cause trouble to that boy known as Robinson. The American international is really gonna feel this guy. Then Stanley says, no one is answering my questions. How is our goal trending? I don't know why. Phrase your statement better. What's your question? What's your question? I'm gonna hate to read all the questions from top. This is the first time you're gonna hate to post. What's your question? United for one, that's your prediction. Oyeka Moses, bro, I fear Maguire, but I think he's an improved player, and Ten Hag is going to obviously do the needful. I think we're going to be defending better, defending as a team, fighting for those secondary balls. After fighting for those secondary balls, then we'll obviously get in, we'll get ourselves in a position of winning very many balls and hitting this team on a break, and obviously having what we call total control of this game. Then Oyeka Moses, David Sozirokani, what I know, United can't lose the first game ever since supporting the football. It's hard for us to lose the first game, by the way. Out of the 30 games that United has gonna hate to play on the starting day of the Premier League, we've gonna hate to win 23 of those, you know. And it shows you that no team has gonna hate obviously bear a record like the one you're really having in the recent past. We've gonna hate obviously win our games. And remember, the game that we lost that opened up the Premier League was against Brighton, Eric Ten Hag's first game. That is it. But last season, we beat Wolverhampton Wanderers by 1-0. The other season, the last season of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we beat Newcastle by 5-1. That was 2022 season. Then the season of 2021, I think for that we lost that game to Crystal Palace. They beat us by 3-1. 2019-2020, we beat Chelsea by 4-1. So that is Manchester United for you. Mbuzi Richard, I think Garnacho fits very well in the system of false number 9. No, but I think what the manager is doing is better for Garnacho. You know, Garnacho has to come in really slowly because he never played the preseason, and there are players that played the preseason and were doing better. So that's why Eric Ten Hag has decided to obviously start him off the bench, you know. And for the likes of Kobe Mainoo, Lisandro Martinez, they don't have competitors at the club of Manchester United. That's why they went straight into the team of Manchester United. And Bruno Fernandes, you need your captain to be leading your team. 4-1 in favor of Manchester United, that is Moses. Naisoniki, Saka, Hello RD, 2-0 United. Okurut, Robert, a win for Manchester United straight away. That's what this man is really saying about the club of Manchester United. Now, let's go a little bit into what Ten Hag is going to have to say. Before this game obviously started, he has come out and talked to the media, and I really want to address exactly what Ten Hag has going to have to say into the mix about this fixture, and then later we'll obviously come in through and get straight to Old Trafford and see how things are really going to be panning out at the stadium of Old Trafford, as you now know who is starting and you've going to have to make your predictions. So let me obviously get you what Ten Hag had to say in here. Eric Ten Hag, all right. Mazraoui. Excited to start. All right. What else? I'm really selecting these words of Eric Ten Hag and obviously broadcast them to you. Big and debate. Right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, smash the like button, close to 100 times, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, Ten Hag was asked on playing the formation without a recognized striker. I said we worked a lot on this. We started it already last season. It's very good for us. So He's like, it won us the FA Cup, though we haven't gone ahead to win the Community Shield against Man City, but when it mattered most in the very competitive game, we played with the false number 9 and we got results against the side of Man City, and Rasmus Højlund just came off the bench. And today it's Bruno Fernandes leading that line, and he's going to be played as the false number 9. Then on Mazraoui starting, his first job is to close the wide areas. He's good at this. He's a very good defender. He's quick, good agility, but also he can contribute to the build-up and the attacking game. That's why we're having him here, because we are well conversant of what he's really good at. And defending is okay, very quick, and he builds well from the back. And we just can't wait to obviously see what he offers tonight. We are ready. We're excited, coming for the new season. That's what Ten Hag said to Sky Sports. And then he obviously said, always you have to do things better. We've improved, especially in the last few games. I'm happy in the process. We are now in. We can stand straight. We can stand still. It depends on what happens in the market. But I'm happy with the squad. I'm confident going into the season. So he's confident going into the season. And I think what is going to obviously give him what we call ultimate confidence is having the people that can really do deals immediately. And Sancho being left out of the squad of Manchester United confirms to you that something's being worked out. And the moment you see Sancho leave the club of Manchester United and some money's in, obviously he's really going to be coming in through to produce Ugarte in. And it means that something is really cooking. Ten Hag says things have changed behind scenes. We collaborate very good. The structure is good with a lot of communication. We are all on the same page and on board. We work together and that feels good. There is good spirit. Now, I told you one thing about this, that Ten Hag, if he continues to he performs badly this season, I'll be the first person to call for his sacking, because I believe he's really going to be coming in through and facing a side that really has minority players in talent, and we are going to be really having players that are really far off against them in talent. There is this man called Saka, United 2, Fulham 0. Robert, a win for Man United straight alright. Odong says 3-0 to Manchester United. Adewale says 4-1 in favor of United. Happy Chris, United. Hey, it's gonna be 2-3. Means that Fulham is gonna beat United 2-3. Kamuhanda Jonani live and clear in Kasese District. United 3. Thanks for the program already alright. Masa Chimuna. Ten Hag made a big mistake starting Rashford. He has to start. Eli, Man United 2, Fulham 1. Then Musa Chimuna, United 1, Fulham 1 is calling in for a draw. And Nani says, Man United, we are back again. 3-0 in favor of Manchester United. And what am I saying as my prediction? It's 3-1. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Rokan David is my name. We now come in here to end the poll and see how you have gone ahead to vote. And the poll reads that 93% have gone ahead to call in for a United win, 6% have called in for draw, and 0% have gone ahead to call in for a win, meaning that none of the people today believes that Fulham is going to be winning. Those that have gone ahead to vote, but in the comment section live chat, I've gone ahead obviously see one that reads it that way. I'm out. See you later when the game of football really starts. Sorry, when the game is done, and we are here with the match reaction. And that is Ocheng Daniel, 2-0 in favor of Manchester United. We go so into this big game of the night. Bye-bye. And Rokan David is my name.